I have been seeing Dr. Crawford for my healthcare needs since 1989, which was soon after I ended a 24-year abusive marriage. I knew that I suffered a lot of mental and emotional abuse, but I was also subjected to a lot of secondhand smoke between my husband and his 3 kids that had moved in with us, and I felt like I was just prime territory for lung cancer, and I didn't want that. So at a free demonstration, I met Dr. Crawford. I was one of the people that volunteered to be examined, and his examination was really simple. He just felt along my spine and along both sides of the neck, and he announced to the group that I'd been in an accident some 10 years prior, and that I'd hurt my head, and this frontal plate was actually still out of place. And I'd been to chiropractors and all kinds of practitioners, no one had ever got that. So I was blown away and impressed, and I thought, well, this is my new health practitioner. And I started seeing him and asked him to be my health coach. Even though I didn't have like any primary illness yet, I knew that he could correct any of the illnesses he found, and I wouldn't have to get sick. And I'd rather be proactive and not get sick. So I asked him to be my coach.
I'm 60 years old now, and I started going to Dr. Crawford back in about 85 or 86. And it was for pain management and to fix my back and different things, because when I was young I was in football, different things. I hurt myself really bad, and it stayed with me. So Dr. Crawford helped with the other doctors, the conventional doctors at Kaiser. I've always been with Kaiser, and I've never helped me that way, and so that's why I started going to him.
I'd recommend him because he'll be willing to work with you wherever you're at and help you get improvement.
In my line of work, I do meet many people with various kinds of health conditions or various degrees of dis-ease, and there are times when I really, I want to recommend Dr. Crawford to.
Because Dr. Crawford helps me so well, I have better range of motion now, a lot better. And every time I get done seeing him, walking out of the room, oh, that feels so good to have the relief from the pain and the limited range of motions that I have. So I really appreciate his help.
I got remarried, and it wasn't long before my new husband, they discovered he had liver cancer. Well, now he was very much, he didn't want to come see Dr. Crawford right away. And he wanted to just stay with his doctors and take the traditional treatment, so he did that. And it came up with all kinds of side effects from the treatment. So pretty soon I finally got him to come in and see Dr. Crawford, and he got such relief so quickly that pretty soon he was saying, whoa, book me an appointment with Dr. Crawford, I think he's going to help me. So I did. Somewhere in those years that I was married to my husband, my daughter and grandson started seeing Dr. Crawford. So at that point he became our family naturopath. And none of us would be without him today. We just wouldn't do it.
I'd recommend him because he'll be willing to work with you wherever you're at and help you get improvement.
Dr. Crawford is different from other doctors. As I said, I go to Kaiser Medical, and all they want to do is give you strong pills that affect all kinds of things in your life, where Dr. Crawford is always searching for the best thing to help me. And a lot of times it's not in conventional medicine to go anywhere near these things. And with Dr. Crawford's techniques and his background of always caring for his patients, he really makes a difference.
Treatments that were supposed to alleviate conditions. So I often will recommend Dr. Crawford as someone who will, in a non-invasive way, get to the source of the problem very efficiently and recommend natural products that will enhance their health without causing any damage to the liver or creating all kinds of side effects and other issues that have to be dealt with when prescriptions and antibiotics are prescribed. So I always feel a lot of enthusiasm in recommending him because I have been witness to many amazing healings that have come from Dr. Crawford's treatments.
We just wouldn't do it. What I want you to know about Dr. Crawford is he doesn't treat symptoms, he resolves the issue. And he educates his patients on how to take care of their health by making healthier lifestyle choices.
Talking about other people, I try to get other people to come here, and a lot of times they don't seem to want to right away, but once they get here, even my daughter, she's very conventional, she's a nurse at Kaiser, she didn't want to come here, but once she started coming for different injuries she would have, and he would fix her up right away, and I tell everybody else about it too, and try to get them to see him, even though they're hesitant. It's a big difference from other doctors, so I highly recommend that you see Dr. Crawford.
Dr. Crawford was recommended to us by a friend after we had sort of exhausted the resources of traditional, quote-unquote, traditional medicine. And since we've been coming here, my husband's made great strides. He was having problems with his legs that started in his feet and started working up his legs and up his torso. With his mobility was not good. And with Dr. Crawford's treatments, he's had great improvement, and we think that the process is now reversing itself, and we're hoping that he can go the distance and come back to good mobility.
All I can say is if you're not experiencing relief from the treatment you're now getting, come and see Dr. Crawford and you'll see results